Alright, I think Hero's back. Let's see, can I get him to show up on the cam? Oh, you can see his tail. One sec. The kitty likes to, you know, hide. Don't we all? Okay. Let's see. Final Fantasy. Woohoo! Right. I hope everyone's having a good. What is it? Wednesday? Wednesday. Woo. I'm actually not sure where we are at in the story. I think we're still waiting for the Sultana to resign. There's a lot of exposition going on, not a whole lot of fighting. Randy told me, though, that I'm going to have to do some reading. At some point to finish this out, and I'm not looking forward to that. But yeah. Alright. Oh, Alpha note. We have to go to a respectable talking distance. But we can talk to Tataru. As the receptionist of the Rising Stones, 'tis my job to receive all manner of guests with due courtesy. I had to memorize the political positions and military ranks of half a dozen different nations. Oh. Alright. Alright. Ere I forget, I believe Moenbryda has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed with my communications with the Crystal Braves. Okay. So we're over here now. Wait. It sounded like it was raining, and I'm just like, I don't think it's supposed to rain right now. Or this week. What's the weather supposed to be like this week? It's a gorgeous 63? No, 68. Yeah, it's not supposed to rain until Saturday. I think I am safely out of frost risk. Yeah. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? Alright, what does Ida have to say? I'm telling you, Thancred, keep pestering Moenbryda, and the only thing you'll become intimate with her is her axe. Oh, does Thancred have crush? Such statuesque beauty, and possessed of a mind for research to match her belly for hard liquor. What does a woman of so many charms see in musty old Urianger? I don't know. I must confess, the relationship between these crystal formations and the destruction of the Ascians quite escapes me. Professor Lamberton has published a thorough study on corrupted crystals and their properties. I highly recommend you procure yourself a copy of his work. Papalama? There have been no reports of suspicious masked men in Gridania. That is certain. Mayhap they weave their dark plots in other lands? I keep my senses strained for signs of Ascian activity, but there is little news to be had. Have their schemes reached some critical step? The silence is most disturbing. Considering the sudden arrival of foreign envoys and the like, preparing suitable meals at the Rising Stones can prove an interesting challenge. The Lady Knight from Ishgard cult's quite a gallant figure, doesn't she? I mean, sure. Notice the Make It Rain seasonal event. I've summoned everyone to the solar. It would seem Moenbryda has something exciting to share with us. Ooh, do share.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
That was it?
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Okay, so what happens when it can't? Does it just break out and it's like, ooh, that was a nice little trip?
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Small matter.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Only briefly, Ida.
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods?
Thank you, Papalimo.
Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Sorry, I think that was just like super loud for a bit. I think I've calmed it down.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
I was just like, okay, this seems like super, super loud. Did something reset? Nope, I just had my audio settings off, which I think probably affected stream because of how it routes through things. Sorry.
That's the very problem we set out to solve, and I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Aether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land?
Oh, it's just like the glowy place?
I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it's worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
Interesting.
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether.
So you were building a bomb.
Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals.
I'm kind of with Moenbryda on this.
Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect.
Well,
so the
except for this
Garleans
part.
have to go.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Ascians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you.
Yet a scion or still a scion?
Pray, join the crystal braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you.
What would happen if I named my tune Pray?
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moenbryda. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Arianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you're able. Go well, and be safe.
Isn't it like super dangerous for us now because we're no longer like Heidelon's favorite thing? Though I have little doubt you will prevail against the Empire's forces, I shall pray for your success nonetheless. Our very future may depend upon Moenbryda's being free to pursue her experiments. These people are new. Well, not her. We do seem to be running low on provisions. I believe an excursion to the marketplace is in order. For a small organization, we chew through a prodigious amount of foodstuffs. Perhaps I should put a lock on the larder door. I see the Scions once more ready themselves for the road. I too must make preparations for an absence from the Rising Stones. It seems you have barely arrived before you must once more plunge into the fray. Duty is an unforgiving mistress, eh? Though the tasks we tackle are not likely to be as realm-shaking, Coultinet and I must also heed her call. Her was most eager to join you in the front lines of battle, but as fate would have it, the Antecedent has other plans for our talents. Okay. It would seem that the events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you heed straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbred at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a light heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to northern Thanalon, do they not? Yes. We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fail. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Ascilla is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand her side not only as a mother, but as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah! Woe betide the back guard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. It's being weird. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall be on our way, then. I don't know what any of that was. I had something in my tooth. Gotta love these things, right? Did I get it out? Oh, I think it's broccoli. I had broccoli and chicken for dinner. Like delicious broccoli and chicken. Nom 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 nom. Okay, go to the Cerulean processing plant. We'll just transport from in here. Commander Leveler sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I learned a trick or two since the disaster with the Almanjah. But returning to the task at hand. Hi, baby. Do you want up? Okay, bye. The Flame's reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelston that we might coordinate our counter-strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Oh, they just slapped us right here. Hi! Private Tiatu, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial army. I would once again ask for your aid. Woohoo! What is this? Why is that a moon? Or did I just notice that and I'm just not at all paying attention? We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison, and it would seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. Yes, I know. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold positions. This will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on, and I have apprised your fellow Scions of the situation. I'm heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Alien, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Oh, they're all here. Be it a squad of soldiers or some magic monstrosity, I shall allow no foe to harm the lovely Moenbryda. They're kind of weird. I think. And Papalima. Considering the weapon she wields, I don't believe the lady is in need of additional protection. Isn't it a beauty? A lady merchant in reference toll simply gave it to me, said she was investing in the future, or some such. Now that is an impressive piece of steel. Have you ever seen Moon swing her axe? Swipe, slice, cleave! That's really no stopping with her. Alright then, time to see if all this training has paid off. Rogger, guide my blade. Glad to have you with us, Lyra. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelson has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castor Meridianum. The main column assembles to the north near Dalamund's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the planet and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbred! Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bids you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless holed up in Eldot, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defensive, and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye. It would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let us take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. That sounds like foreshadowing. If there are no objections, the Scions shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Ehas. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Going to Lieutenant Ehas. A bit of a walk? Not really. What is that? A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations inevitably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Yeah, that's because we're the main character. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads. The better to conceal themselves with the terrain hereabouts, I imagine. We'll need to split ourselves up, as well as to cover more ground and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. Seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own areas to scour clean up enemy soldiers. This will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Defeat the Imperial squad. Oh, just a simple matter. Entirely. We'll just do it on our own. Ah, here we are. Oh. Hi. Chocobo. Fight for me, my friend. Not really sure who we're attacking right now. I want to attack Cohort, Hoplonacus. We should give ourselves regen. We defeat the next Imperial squad. Oh, well. We are a one-woman strike force. You know what? Nah, let's just go in. Chocobo gains XP! Chocobo about to go away on me. Report to Yuyahas. I did it! I saved the world! Again. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the cast room. Those Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happier man if I never had to tussle with another one of those magic tech horrors. It is time we bid this war-torn land farewell. I will contact the Fourth and let Lieutenant Alien know that the west is now clear. I'd appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelston. We can try. Oh, we're going back now. Moogle. I was like, is that a Google? Nope. Private Tattoo. What news of the Garleans? I kind of beat a bunch up. Their raiding parties are no more than excellent, right? We just kind of go like this. Excellent. The Almagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. Oh. Okay. What are these? Direct materia. Okay. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alien has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogadan lady with the large axe. It would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sword such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. Plot exposition! Meow. I go to pick him up and he goes and jumps on the couch.
Hold on, I won't be a second.
Or I'll have to fix his little cat bed.
The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it.
Kind of pretty looking. Are you going to, like, take the entire thing?
So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed?
I did see that.
The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
An Ascian, are they onto us?
Yes.
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth, meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales.
I think we found out his name from this text a little bit before we actually found out his name.
And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of Lahabrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Why would you
settle
do
down.
that?
You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff.
Is that a threat? Or a warning or a command?
With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us?
Moenbryda knows our secret now.
Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
That broken staff she has behind her? Wait, I can talk to you. If I'm right, the Ascian is after Tupsimani, then we better make all haste back to the Rising Stones. Minfilia must be warned. Can't we just talk to her? Don't we have like that fancy, like, hi, this is Minfilia thingy? You're here. Master Luisa's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Not anymore. Yeah, it's definitely gone.
You two.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you.
Oh, man. So you're gonna take her over?
The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
I don't know if you can really do much.
Moenbryda!
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
She's alive?
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Okay.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Jump? Dive? Forget about me. Go. Okay. One day. Why can't I do this with NPCs? Eight minutes? Dang. This must be a crappy one. Well, what shall we do? We can read about... soup. Or let's see. I don't know. How about we talk about... This would be like pancakes? No. I mean, we can talk about pancakes. Pancakes are delicious. Ooh, how about what to plant in gardens? I have some sweet pea plants. How tall do they get? Just pea plants. Okay, so I've done everything right so far. They were transplanted because we started in biodegradable pots. Make other legumes. Pea roots fix nitrogen in the soil, making it available for other plants. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Peas need phosphorus and potassium, but excess nitrogen will encourage foliates instead of flowers or peas. Gotcha. 18 to 20 inch to 30 inches tall. I put in 24 inch poles for them. Should be fine. So, American tradition is to plant peas on St. Patrick's Day. I didn't know that. It's kind of cool. There's still like no one else here. Yeah, when did my friend give me the peas? I have like 8 plants. Probably about a month ago. We'll see how they come. "12 months! Randy, congrats!"
Hell yeah, brother, 12 month sub anniversary.
Heck yeah, 12 months! Happy year! Oh my gosh, you've been here a year! That's amazing! Thank you so much. Why is this taking so long? I've never had to wait this long for a party before. Is this just like a really crappy one? Because this trial is very specific. I'm the only one waiting. Why can't I do it with NPCs? You're coming? Give you a second? Okay. I'm looking at peas. Oh, it's ready. I guess we're good. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Ooh. These graphics are not good. Ooh. What? Minphilia. Wait. What is this tank? What? I'm just gonna go with these people. Ah? What? Oh no. This Chrysalis from 2014, they never retouched it yet. Like those graphics were not good. I'm guessing this guy's main tank? What am I supposed to be doing? Mechanics and shit? I can't tell what the mechanics are. I can't read that right now. Just trying not to die. Ah! Why am I? Just keep healing? Okay. Secret Ascian, man. We did it. Now we're gonna go back and read the RP. Do not suck these, you will die, just keep healing. Okay, we were able to figure it out. Okay, so, like, the RP in here. I shall not toy with you, as does La Habrea. Witness the terrible might of a true servant of Zodiark. Withering powers of ruination, from the deepest pits of the abyss I summon the insatiable hunger of the void. Devour all light and return to the world to perfect darkness. By the Zodiac's I command thee, river of time, mire mine enemy in thy sluggish flow. Impossible, he has power over time itself. You shall wither in the merciless embrace of eternity. But you are shown of her blessing, how do you yet resist me? Is that it? Okay.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
Another Ascian?
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Do it.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No! Cannot! No!
But he can't escape. It can only hold it for a little bit of time. Hey, Jaeger.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free. Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light.
What? It can resist it?
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall make you pay for your insolence.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moenbryda, what are you doing?
Master Louis Soir, I understand now. The choice you made.
Oh, is she gonna sacrifice herself?
In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You damned old coot.
Moenbryda, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end!
Oh.
I
What?
am eternal! I am immortal!
Did it work? Come on, this part. I don't know. Is this a good or bad part?
Moenbryda. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead.
Is he?
This device is a legacy of Moenbryda's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moenbryda?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Alright, a coworker is texting me. One sec. Have I started the Crystal Towers quest line? No. I remember someone telling me I needed to start it, and I went, cool, and then I didn't do it. Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Ariange know?
Yeah, I remember that's what they were saying. It's mandatory at some point, and I'm not sure when.
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moenbryda hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moenbryda and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands.
Sorry, I'm distracted. First, oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. Sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censored intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands.
In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louis gave no word to signal his intent to Moenbryda. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her.
It's in 13 quests? Okay.
For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisois I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisois hid his intent. He but desired that Moenbryda discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisois' wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moenbryda truly come to understand Master Louisois' will before the end?
She did. She did seem to.
The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moenbryda, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moenbryda gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Aether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moenbryda in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
The Moenbryda wasn't around that long. I feel like it would be a greater impact, like, emotionally. I mean, it's still sad, right? But if it had been, like, one of these four that we had played with the entire time. She was canon on the theory that a soul's aether burns brightest at the moment of its passing, a scholar until the very end. Oh, Moon, I miss you so much already. We would have arrived a few minutes sooner, just a few minutes. Would we have arrived? Her lesser grievances against the Ascians was already overlong. Must they continue to add to it? Never have I seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Charlian Manor to celebrate Moenbryda's life and mourn her passing. Oh, okay. So do we want hit? Critical hit? Or determination? I don't know. Direct hit. Let's do determination. I don't know if that's good. When in doubt, crit. Oops. Sorry. Let me just try and grab this one link. Alright. Same thing? Yes. Ophelia wishes to gather the signs and honor the fallen Moenbryda. As Moenbryda was a native of Sharlayan, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? Nope. It is a monument found at the Wrath Forest, and is sacred to Thaliak, the guardian deity of the City of Learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. Okay. Yeah, I think this is right. We go around. Okay. Oh, here's the destination. I'm like looking for it, can't find it. Does Moenbryda ever put on a coat? It's gotta be cold.
Forgive me, Moenbryda. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange.
Aren't you the little pessimist?
Other bargains will be struck.
I don't know if it was life for death. It was more like death for death, right? Kind of like that Men in Black where there is death, there is always death. You're in my way. Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, 'tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Lyra? Okay. Oh. Cutscene! 'Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisva, Moenbryda, our fellows at the Waking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly need remind you of this, of course. 'Tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Lyra. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. Aw, we're her friend after now. A victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the falling, the live and forge ever on, toward the light of a new day. I mean, that's true for a lot of things. How come I don't have a little moon anymore? Is there like rested XP or something? Have you a moment, Lyra? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moenbryda's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. The Rising Stones feels somehow colder. Moenbryda always carried with her an abundance of warmth and cheer. Where is Tataru? We must find some means of protecting ourselves from the Ascian intrusions. There must be a way. I loathe to see Ida in such pain, but I have not the words to confront her. Can you imagine it? I, Papalima, the one who has such an eloquent comment for every situation, am at a loss for words. Hey, it's Lyra! Great! Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you, and the daisy, at the Wraithfrost. The animation's so weird. I made a pretty good cat. My cat is the best. He just sits there and sleeps. He's 14. Yeah, he old. He's such a good kitty. Look at him. Let's see this. Cat streamer. Look at that. Oh, should I aim it a little bit better? Isn't he just the best kitty ever? I love him so much. He cuddles at night. And he's always been like this. Like, how long have I been streaming? And he always just chills next to me. Although, like, if he's hungry, though, he's just like, meh. Can you imagine if someone just popped up to you and was like,
Hi. I want flowers.
what can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade. Hey, they've got you running errands now. Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of Eorzea to the bleeding market. Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously, though, you best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking around the chocobo stables next. But what if I want to? Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here, then take it. Until Ida lasts, I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. God knows she needs to. Wait. How come we can't access that shiny thingy? Aether network. It's not fair. They have an Aether network and we don't have access to it. But yeah. Hero's just the bestest kitty. Meow meow. Oh, that's a rock. Wait, those are people? Hexen Harrier. Okay. Alright. Ugh, Rowena can be so annoying. She'll just not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. When I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. Ugh. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyways, let's see it. Moon daisies are often hung to rafters, trees, or other elevated locations to represent the celestial body when performing holy rituals to the goddess Menfina during daylight hours. Moenbryda loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
It's like having Naifu all over again.
Is that what I think it is?
That was not because of the flower being placed, was it?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Alphino.
We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
And so we run off, and then I just stay here. Just being lazy, not walking that much. Although I think we teleported out a couple times too. Oops. You're in the way! Are they gonna talk at all? Okay. Yeah. What do you have to say now? Thanks again, Lara. I think I'm gonna be alright. We shall press onward as we have always done. I will not squander the sacrifices of our fallen friends by surrendering to a paralysis born of fear. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moenbryda's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Korthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Just all about the business, aren't we, Alphino? The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forgo the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians. Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and the battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Aymeric himself sailed forth with a contingent of temple knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Aymeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Korthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Eldaw must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Oh. Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean alliance, I can imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event that your plea does not receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Americ's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Midgard and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of a hero well. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Lyra. What about Iceheart? Don't we still have to worry about her? Is he letting his fellow blue things die? Oh, Iceheart. With very stiff hair.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken.
Wait, what?
Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, Claim your retribution!
What castle is that? Okay. Oh, I think actually it's very close. It seems I was the swifter, Lyra. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp tell of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. I'm trying to see if I have any socks so I can make a foot joke. You're not supposed to show your feet on stream. I found a sock. See, what is a foot? Huh? Yeah. Where are we going? Nope, nope, I don't need the greens. Okay, I guess we're gonna have the greens. Dravians mass for an assault on our defenses, do they? Foolish lizards. They do not understand that to challenge the blessed light of the Holy Sea is to perish. Conversation is an indulgence unbecoming the protectors of Ishgard. Never shall I drop my guard. For Dravanians and unbelievers rest not in their convenience. Let the horde come. We shall ride ourselves of 1,000 of their number in one fell swoop. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. When I laid eyes on Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Mark the nervous glances our friends share. The dragons have attacked, yes, but something else has occurred. Something unexpected. Let us question the knights here ere we proceed. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protection? I shall rid the nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret overmuch. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. None shall pass through the gates of judgment who have not been granted leave to do so. I just go over. In order to Ishgard, you must meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. You must be currently undertaking the quest coming to Ishgard. To review your quest, select duty. Okay. What business have you here? Speak quickly. We prepare for the onslaught of dragons, and every moment I waste on your blood, there comes another dead knight. Oh, what do you do here? I am Sir Marcelin, Knight of Ishgard and Keeper of the Gate of Judgment. With my life, I am sworn to defend this great ingress from our enemies. Even though the Dravanians mass for an assault on our walls, and every last resource must needs be bent toward fortifying our defenses. Do not try and test my patience with trivialities. You stand within the gates of judgment, the sole means of entering the holy sea of Ishgard. Only those deemed worthy in the eyes of the Fury may pass. In the early days, I might have sought the grace of Helen in a hopeful petitioner to fall to their knees before me, but war looms in the horizon, and His Eminence would not have our unity compromised by intrusion of unruly outsiders. I trust I have made myself understood. Okay, so it's instanced. 'Twould seem that the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at camp. Sir Aymeric awaits you. Alright. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Hashafont will know where Sir Aymeric means to receive us. It's like... it's in this building, but sometimes we go in that other side thing. "'Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters on the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flame of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived, and would treat you, and would treat with you in the intercessory." Okay. Greetings, madame. Shall I let you inside? Yes. Ishgard's future hangs in the balance. If the city's salvation rests on our assistance, I cannot well withstand it. Even so, I mean to make Sir Aymeric sweat for his reinforcements. On this occasion, feigned disinterest may serve the cause of Eorzean's unity better than naked philanthropy. Come, let us find out what concessions the Holy See is willing to make. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, but we are recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you'd prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphinaud, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post in Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally. Estinen? 9? Does she have razors on her boots? May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? That is. Isn't Azure blue? Yeah, Azure's blue. That is black. An impressive title, though I confess, I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was striven to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sing in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I shall share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanian share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history. Though once defeated by the hero Haldreth, the beast is said to have terrorized Korthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye. Many are the scars on our walls from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldreth plucked from the beast worm's skull, simply known as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dead creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. Just destroy it. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies, 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that, we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protection. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not likely to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Korthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Meow meow. Until the Garlean's arrival, it is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Korthus. They would not even have to draw steel. Kiro. Baby. He is doing whatever. An imperial province sharing a border with Mardona. 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Aymeric. In the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidgod's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then the worm who roared was Nidhogg. Aye, he means to hurl his horde against Denifin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt, the worm has summoned his minions to war. What if Nidhogg is lying? You. Talk, Nidhogg. He is the source of our suffering. If we do not fell the worm, these endless clashes count for naught. Aymeric. I am painfully aware of the hypocrisy of our request and the self-inflicted nature of our predicament. But it should serve to deliver my people from the unkind fate. Gladly shall I bow my head and beg for aid. I expect, nay, welcome the coming storm of scorn and disdain. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Aymeric was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect the softening of the Holy See's attitude toward foreign cooperation comes something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committed to the cause. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Antecedent. Oh, I can't step on your table? Rude. Okay. Same thing. Minfilia. No! Mardona, I need to get there. Reverend's Toll. 200 gil. Oh no, we were at 300k and now we're gonna go down. 299,780. Tataru and Flahan are here. If you're looking for the Scions, they've already left for the Alliance nations. I do hope Ishgard will be saved. Considering recent history, will there be any amongst the Alliance willing to aid the Holy See? Ishgard has few friends at the bargaining table. Alright, what do you guys have to say? The town has been calm through all this talk of war, but if those dragons come to Reverend's Toll, there'll be panic aplenty, I wager. I have never seen one myself. It is said that Dragonslayers just beyond the borders of my homeland. Should events take a turn for the worse, we are fortunate that the settlement is such a popular crossroad for so many veteran adventurers. Alright.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Are we not going to hear the report?
The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
What is he saying? Very 2014 stuff. Is that how old this game is? That's 10 years ago. I mean, the graphics in that one trial, was it? Were like super bad in the cutscene. Meow. Wanna come sit? Or, okay. Go sit on the couch. Cat. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support, I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Korthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slagborn on the brewing conflict, and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its ways over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges that we may encounter. Sure, we'll bring Tataru with us. It is impossible to predict how many will rally to Ishgard's call for reinforcements. I do not envy those responsible for planning the city's defense. What do you have to say? So Ophelia has committed the science to Ishgard's cause, has she? Though she makes her pronouncements with unshakable confidence, I can only imagine how agonizing it was for her to arrive at the decision. So many lives at stake. The threat of war sows panic and confusion, and routine tasks can offer calm and stability. Being sure the leader is properly stocked, for instance. No. I don't know what she said. Oh, and we'll need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let us go, Lara. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaffborn. I don't know what the first one she said. I clicked too quickly. I think I can look it up. Volunteer Dragonslayers. Dragonslayers. Okay, so Tataru. We are rather close to Korthus, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. I cannot earn any more gil while on the free trial. Excess gil will be discarded. What? I can only have 300k? Do I need to start buying shit? Well, let's start buying shit. Where's some... Wait, what? No, I don't want to talk to him. I want to talk to a merchant. Repair all. Okay. Purchase weapons. Oh, okay, we can do this. None of these are any good. Purchase items. Take any of that. I don't think any of that matters. Okay. Anything? No? Nope. Okay. I guess we just can't earn any more gil on the trial. And tell Lucky to spread word to the settlers' adventurers in town. Appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Korthos, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for the victims of conflict. Ishgard has done as well in the past, and I would return the favor. But as far as rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die in Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer, of course, is free to do as he or she will. I shall have word with some more capable colleagues on your behalf. And you might try your luck here in Reverend's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let us get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Is he gonna say? How many are gonna say no? I'd say we only get one. Spare me, you talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that little scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A little lad from Lil Almigo by the name of Old Wilred was there with the fourth that day, and I want you to know if you've seen him since, have ye? Goddamn it, I've heard as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ul'dah. So now, of course, half the brave suspect the old lad making off with the goods. Folks like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing as binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and steady pay. Now compared most of the others in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. The boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, He bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And this just between you and me, mind. There's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. There's a villain at the end of this trial I stumbled upon. And I bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, ye a war to wage, so let ye get on. Just thought someone should know. Be seeing you, Lyra. And he makes a point. My hand's slowly healing up. It's itchy. So itchy right now, though. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I pledged myself to guard Reverend's toll. Modest work, though it is. I am loath to break my terms of contract. What to do, what to do? So me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I worked for one of them nights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. So that a one? Yes? We got one. 1 out of 3 so far. Volunteer my services in defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. So we were right, 1 out of 4. Forge sales. Vintage weapon? Oh, we have 1. I don't think that is an upgrade, though. Okay, so this place is like bigger than I thought. I haven't really explored it, though. How do we get out? There you are, Lyra. So, did you sway any hearts? 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slathborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I say 1 Reverend's Toll veteran is worth 12 clanking knights at least. Now we're gonna max that again. Zatara's messengers. Oh, so I've been so caught up with recruiting I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Eldad to discuss Ishgard's plight, and they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Eldad, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Alright, this is the last one we're going to do. It's probably going to be a cutscene or 2, and then we will need to end for the night. And we'll be back next week. Unless, of course, people want to do... What is it? I think we're like 20 bucks away from... $5. Less than $5. From like a workout stream, I think is what I set it to. Actually, it's $2.50 because there's a dollar for dollar match going on right now for St. Jude, if anyone so wishes to do it. I figure what we would do for like the workout stream is I would just be on my elliptical back there. So literally behind me. And I would be on the elliptical and we would play like, I don't know, Captain Toad or something. It's not just me just standing there just staring the entire time. That'd be kind of weird. My apologies for calling you away from your task. I had hoped to proceed with the negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we?
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Do they own any other clothing?
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords?
I mean, everyone has their price, Alphino.
Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again.
So is this going to be a dungeon or a trial?
If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Ul'dah to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard.
You don't have to remember what comes next.
Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
How come she doesn't have any actual glasses?
I see. Carry on.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to finish out the quest. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems that you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of an inestimable danger. But I fear we have left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Hashafant and Sir Aymeric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbred, what news? The assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights and thin the Dravonian horde. Ere they descend upon Ishgard, I will join you as soon as I am able. Lara, I would have you and your adventurers bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marcelin at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. You know what this is, but should we wait until next week to do it? Because it's 9:30. Seek out Sir Marcelin, the keeper of the Steps of Faith lie just beyond his position, and he will know the fighting is worst. Up to you. Do I have to do it before I stop tonight? I can't teleport to Ishgard yet? We'll have fun. Yeah, it's 9:30. Oh, I still need to do like at least 1 or 2 readings for school. All right, fine. If it's a dungeon, at least. If I have to do it with other people, we're gonna wait till next week. Is this person still scared? Yeah. Gate guard. Before the dawn, we haven't done that. Coming to Ishgard, we haven't done that. You are the appointed captain of the Salesforce contingent? Then welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, the Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've been assigned the crystal braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. That is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of our position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. What happens if I were just, you know, just to go like this? And like, bye. Like, no one can prevent me from flying over. No, I guess invisible walls can't. There's a dungeon over there. Well, I mean... 3D, right? It wasn't stopping me from doing that. Oh, wait. Holy! Let's do holy again. Forgot that's like our AoE. I'm saying damn dragons? Oh no, some weirdo is. Did we win? Oh no, we have to go to this other one. Wait, is it R? R is Autofly. Autofly! Oh, one more. Chocobo needs to be healed. Okay. We did it. We saved the world. Do you know what would be hilarious? Is if we talk to them on this side of the gate. Let's see if we can do that. No. What's up? What news adventure? The reinforcements decimated, you say? Dravian devils. Damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge their deaths at your fellows in the battle to come. Okay, I mean, I'm honestly, I really am getting tired. I think we might have to wait till next week to do this, because then it'll be fun. We can have all the fun together. So I think we're going to do that for now. But again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Next week will be like the last week before the end of the St. Jude Play Live, so... I know, I'm actually just really tired because I had to, my mom's in town, so I picked her up from the airport at like midnight, so I didn't get to bed until like 1 in the morning, and I'm so tired, so that's kind of why. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. I don't know how much longer this will be. It'll be like 30 minutes to do a dungeon and all this other stuff, so I figured next week it'll just be really fun to do it on time. And have fun, right? But it should be so much fun. Anyways, we're gonna take a night to Kick. Bye, Kick. And then yeah, so we'll do that. Friday is Keys, probably. Hopefully, we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you later. I'm really, really sorry. I know. I'm guessing this is like a really fun part. I'm so tired. Good night, guys. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Who to send you to, though? We'll do... Grandma? Yeah. Anyways, night. Oh, I have to raid. Raid... Wow. Grandma's 78. So I hope you all have a good night. We'll see you later. And next week, we'll do this fun stuff. Bye, guys.